changes every second, every millisecond.
Every day is different.
No reruns ever. Weather Center PM, tonight and every night.
In the next half hour, Weather Center PM, a comprehensive national forecast. At 40 after, Weather Center PM continues with highway and air travel conditions. Then the weekend outlook. And at 50 after, Storm Watch. But right now, it's your local forecast on the Weather Channel. That covered much of the southeast Thursday moves northward. Some major cities along the East Coast will have a soggy Friday night. We'll have that story and your forecast for the first weekend in May next on Weather Center.
Well, as the old saying goes, April showers bring May flowers, but looks like the May flowers, or the April showers, either or, they've extended on into the new month here. Good evening and welcome to this edition of Weather Center. I'm Jeff Morrow.
And I'm Kim Perez. Now, we'll also explain why the month of April was so active in parts of the country. But we begin with a rainy Friday in Philly. Now, you had to love the rain to enjoy a walk in Philadelphia today. Kids in town for a history lesson actually got a weather class, too. The downpour gives some folks a reason to get close. The reason is to keep from getting soaked. Now, there are plenty of ways to stay dry in the pouring rain. Now, folks in the nation's capital were trying all of them today. Some were just choosing to get wet. Notice the bare feet. Now, holding a wool sweater over your head, that's probably not the best idea. And you are now looking live at the Brooklyn Bridge in New York. The current temperature is 60 degrees with rain falling throughout the city. The rain will move out later tonight, making for a partly cloudy afternoon on Saturday for the Big Apple. A little bit of fog and haze out there tonight, making the lights look a little bit dim. Well, that heavy rain should be heading out of New York City in a little while. We'll take a look at that radar. I want to give you an overall shot of what's going on out there. If you live in the Midwest or in the Ohio Valley, you are getting lots of showers out there tonight. Folks in Florida getting a drenching, South Florida and the Northeast getting a drenching too. Here's our upper level low that has been the culprit of a lot of the activity today, even a few thunderstorms out there. Notice the brighter white colors here. That is indicating some thunderstorm activity with northwest flow here tonight. Now at the surface, here's the front. Now the front is through, but we're still seeing some thunderstorms to develop, and that happens a lot of times. A lot of cold air at the mid-levels of the atmosphere. We had temperatures fairly mild this afternoon. We had the air mass destabilized, and we had thunderstorms develop, and even getting reports west of Champaign, Urbana, of some funnel clouds out there tonight. They have diminished, but there is that chance you could see a few funnel clouds out there. The conditions are right, but as we lose our daytime heating, we will also lose that chance for funnel clouds here. Now in the Northeast, a different situation. The front is not through. Actually, the warm front is just making its way northward, and we're seeing some heavy rain for you folks in New York City tonight, for sure around Newark and even into Wildwood. But Boston, a little bit of light rain, but that should be on the increase As you notice, this band of rain that's now moving through Long Island eventually will get into Hartford. Philadelphia, most of that heaviest activity is off to your east. Now farther south, it's been severe weather. Our front just off to the west, dew points in the 60s here, and we've been seeing thunderstorms fire up tonight just north of Raleigh and west of Raleigh. We've had some reports of golf ball size hail out there tonight with this cell here. So folks in Person County, Caswell County, and even into Halifax County and Virginia should be on the lookout as these storms move off to the east. And looks like a pretty decent one just west of Raleigh. Farther to the south, storms moving through Florida also. And a lot of cloudiness out there tonight and heavy rainfall through Miami. And most of that, well, looking severe activity anyway. No warnings with this. Is well off the coast now, but you're still getting a good drenching. And look just off to the southwest. There's more on the way. Speaking of rain and lots of nasty weather, we still have some of that going on in the west. Here's Jeff.
Thanks, Kim. It's a mixed bag in the west as an upper-level trough off the coast moves slowly onshore. But actually, we had a little bit of snow, light snow flurries in sections of North Dakota, so it ran the gambit this Friday out on the west coast. Let's check the current conditions. Actually, North Dakota's not on the west coast, but in this case, we'll call it the west. We actually have two big pinwheels here. One off the coast, and I have to apologize for the Pac-Man here kind of munching at this end of the satellite picture. A little bit of a satellite outage, but you can see before that this spiral out here just off the coast. One of the spirals moving onshore with rain, light rain for the most part, and we have another spiral up here in the northern parts of the plains over North Dakota. Mostly just a kind of a chilly rain falling in places like Bismarck and Fargo, and this morning, right up near the Canadian border, there were actually some snow flurries mixed in. Also some thunder and lightning on our lightning detection. Southern areas of Kansas, back through Colorado, and even back to Rawlins, Wyoming, reporting a thunder shower right now, also on up into Oregon. There's some of the rain, which rotated through San Francisco a little bit earlier. This is what it looked like. Very light rain, enough to get the umbrellas out in San Francisco. About 0.04 of an inch officially. That's about it. But again, it didn't last all that terribly long, and I think this is pretty much going to be the deal. It's not really raining there now. If it is, it's sprinkling, and it'll be on and off sprinkles for the next 12 to 24 hours and probably through much of the weekend. There's what's left of some of the thunder showers up here in Oregon. Let's head a little bit farther east, though, and talk about the big pinwheel that I was showing you on the satellite perspective. There it goes, spinning its way to the south and to the east, dragging down some cooler air with it and some unstable air as well. Underneath these bright white clouds, we're talking some rain showers, but most of those very light. Same deal with the center of the low around Bismarck, some light rain showers there as well. We've got some thunderstorms as we head on down into parts of Kansas, and temperature-wise, you can see the cool air, 50 at Williston, 56 at Pierre, but still pretty nice in Seattle and Portland. Kim?
All right, Jeff. Well, now we're going to take a look at what April